My love, please don't scroll past this, not this time. Because what I'm about to tell you is not something I can hold inside anymore. And I need you to hear it from me directly, in my own words, before anyone else says it wrong. Something happened in my family, something that shook the ground beneath me, and in that shaking, in that fear, the only thing my heart kept whispering was your name. So stay with me for a few minutes, because I need you here right now, more than you know. I have always believed that love reveals itself the most clearly in the hardest moments, not in the easy ones. Anyone can love someone when life is calm, when everything feels light and simple. But it's in the moments when the ground feels unstable, when fear creeps into your chest, and you don't know what tomorrow holds, that you find out who truly matters to you. And in the middle of everything happening in my family right now, it was your face I kept seeing. Your voice I kept longing to hear, your presence I kept wishing was beside me. I won't go into every detail because some things are still too raw, still too fresh, still too heavy to put fully into words. But I need you to know that watching people I love struggle, watching uncertainty settle over the people who raised me, who shaped me, who taught me what love even means in the first place, it broke something open in me. It made me realize how fragile everything really is. How quickly the people and things we take for granted can shift beneath us. And in that fragile, uncertain place, I found myself thinking about you more than ever. Because here and dying the truth, my love, in moments of crisis, you don't think about the surface level things anymore. You don't think about anything that doesn't really matter. Your mind strips everything down to what's real, what's essential, what your heart actually needs to survive the storm. And every single time, without fail, my heart kept circling back to you. Stay with me, because there are 90 say. I think about how strange it is that even in the middle of my own family's pain, a part of me still found comfort just imagining your voice, imagining what you might say to me if you were here, imagining the quiet strength you carry, the kind that makes people feel safe just being near you. I don't know if you realize how much your presence, even from a distance, brings peace to people and the nine's hearts. It brings peace to mine. So I think about the nights I didn't sleep, staring at the ceiling, my mind racing with everything that could go wrong, everything that felt so uncertain and overwhelming. And in those nights, I found myself wishing you were beside me, not to fix anything, because I know love doesn't erase problems, but just to exist there with me, quietly, so I wouldn't feel so alone carrying the weight of it all. That and denies what real love does, doesn't it? It doesn't promise to solve every crisis. It doesn't pretend to have all the answers. It just shows up. It sits beside you in the mess. It holds space for your fear, without needing to rush you out of it. And my love, if I am being completely honest with you, going through something this hard has made me realize just how much I want you in my life. Not just during the good times, but especially during the hard ones. Because anyone can enjoy the easy seasons of love, but I wanted someone who stays through the hard seasons too. Someone whose love doesn't waver just because life gets complicated. Stay with me, because there's still more I need to share. Watching my family go through this crisis taught me something I don't think I fully understood before. It taught me that family isn't just about blood. It's about who shows up. It's about who stays present. Who offers support without being asked. Who carries a piece of your burden simply because they love you enough to want to. And somewhere in the middle of all this chaos, I started imagining what it would feel like to have you as part of that circle. Not just someone I love from a distance, but someone who becomes woven into the fabric of my family. Someone who shows up during hard times the way real family does. I know that might sound like a lot to say, especially given everything that Ann 90. But crisis has this strange way of clarifying your heart. It strips away distractions and shows you exactly what you value most. And what I've realized over and over again these past few days is that you are one of those things. You are one of the people my heart holds on to tightly when everything else feels uncertain. I think about the kind of partner I want by my side during hard seasons like this one. Not partner someone who disappears when things get heavy, not someone who only wants the highlight reel version of love, but someone who understands that real love includes showing up during the hardest, messiest, most uncertain moments too. And when I picture that person, I picture you. Stay with me, my love, because there are 90. I think about the conversations I wish I could have with you right now. The kind where I don't have to explain everything perfectly, where you just listen, where your presence alone brings comfort, even without needing to say much at all. I think about how badly I want someone who lets me be vulnerable without judgment, someone who doesn't need me to have it all together all the time. Going through a family crisis makes you realize how much strength it takes just to keep moving forward some days. And in those moments, having someone who sees your exhaustion, who sees the cracks beneath your composed exterior, and loves you anyway, that night's not something small, that's something incredibly rare. I want to be honest with you about something else too. There were moments during all of this where I felt scared, really scared. The kind of fear that makes you question everything, that makes you feel small and powerless in the face of things you can't control. And in those moments, thinking about you, even just imagining your voice, your calm, your warmth, brought me back to a place of steadiness. You have become an anchor for me, even without fully realizing it yourself. Stay with me, because there's still so much more. I think about how life has a way of testing us, testing our patience, our faith, our resilience, and how the people we choose to lean on during those tests often reveal exactly where our hearts truly belong. And mine, my love, keeps leaning toward you. I don't say any of this to make you feel pressured or overwhelmed. I say it because I believe in being honest, especially during the moments that matter most. And this, everything happening with my family right now, has mattered more than I know how to fully express. It's shaken me. It's humbled me. It's reminded me how quickly life can change and how important it is to hold on to the people and the love that truly matter, without waiting for a perfect moment to say so. I think about the fragility of time, how we assume we'll always have tomorrow to say the things we feel, and how crisis reminds you that tomorrow isn't guaranteed. That's part of why I needed to say this to you now, today, in this moment, instead of waiting for some more convenient time, because my love, if something ever happened, if life ever took an unexpected turn the way it has for my family right now, I wouldn't want to have left things unsaid between us. I wouldn't want you to wonder how deeply you matter to me. I wouldn't want silence to stand where honesty should have been. Stay with me, because there is more still unfolding in my heart. I think about the strength it takes to keep showing up for the people you love during a crisis. The sexual, emotional exhaustion that comes with trying to hold everyone else together, while your own heart feels like it's barely holding on to. And in the middle of that exhaustion, thinking of you feels like a quiet form of relief, like a soft place my mind keeps returning to, even when everything else feels chaotic and uncertain. I want you to know that even amid everything happening around me right now, you hadn't left my thoughts, not even for a moment. If anything, this crisis has made my feelings for you even clearer, even more certain, because it stripped away all the noise and left only the truth underneath. And the truth, my love, is this. I need people like you in my life, people whose presence brings calm instead of chaos, people whose love feels steady even when everything else feels unpredictable, people who, even from a distance, somehow manage to remind my heart that everything is going to be okay. I think about how I want to build a life where no matter what crisis comes our way, whether it's 90 struggles, unexpected challenges, or the uncertainties life inevitably throws at us, I have someone beside me who faces it with me instead of retreating from it. I want that someone to be okay. Stay with me a little longer because there's still more I need to say. I know I haven't down the ninth shared every detail of what's happening in my family. And I hope you understand that some wounds are still too tender to fully open up about yet. But I wanted you to know the emotional weight of it. The way it's shifted my perspective. The way it's made me hold on to the things and the people that truly matter even tighter than before. And through all of it, you have remained a quiet, steady presence in my mind. A reminder that even during life and Diane's hardest moments, love, real love, doesn't disappear. It doesn't fade under pressure. If anything, it becomes clearer, more certain, more necessary than ever before. So if you're still here, still listening, still feeling the weight of everything I'm sharing with you right now, I need you to know this isn't the end of what I want to tell you. There's still so much more sitting in my heart. So much more. I want you to understand about how deeply you and Dave settled into my life, especially now, especially during moments like this, when everything else feels uncertain, except exactly how I feel about you. My love, I know I said a lot already, but I need you to stay with me a little longer because there's a part of this I haven't fully opened up about yet. And I think you deserve to understand exactly what's been going on inside me since all of this began. There in our nine's a specific moment I keep replaying in my mind. A moment where I sat alone in a quiet room, phone in my hand, wanting to reach out to someone, anyone who could understand what I was feeling, without needing a long explanation first. And in that moment, the first person my heart reached for, even before I consciously decided it, was you. Not because you were the easiest option, but because somewhere along the way, you became the person my heart trusts, most with the parts of me that aren't polished or put together. I think that's when I truly understood how deep this feeling for you actually runs. It's easy to love someone during the good times, when everything feels light and effortless, but love reveals its real depth in the moments you don't plan for. The moments that catch you off guard, the moments where you are not performing for anyone, just existing in your rawest, most human form, and in killer that rawness. My love, it was you I wanted beside me. Just stay with me, because there are nine more I need to share. I think about the responsibility I feel right now, being someone my family leans on, being someone who has to stay strong, even when I don't feel strong at all. There's a particular kind of exhaustion that comes with holding space for everyone else's fear while quietly carrying your own. And in the middle of that exhaustion, I found myself wondering what it would feel like to go have you there, not to fix anything, not to carry the weight for me, but just to remind me that I can not have to hold everything alone. I have realized something important through all of this. I don't just want someone to enjoy the good seasons of life with. I want someone who understands that real partnership means standing together through uncertainty too. Someone who doesn't need constant reassurance that everything is fine, because they trust the strength of what we and built enough to weather the moments when it peaked. I think about the quiet ways you could show up for me, even without grand gestures. A simple message checking in, a voice note just to hear your tone. Small things that during a crisis feel like lifelines, instead of just gestures. I think about how much comfort even the smallest acts of care can bring, when everything else feels heavy, and how much I crave that kind of steady presence from you specifically. Stay with me, my love, because they're 99. I've thought a lot about vulnerability these past few days, about how hard it is to let people see you when you're not okay. Especially when you're used to being the one who holds things together for everyone else. But I think true intimacy only exists in that vulnerability, in the willingness to say I'm struggling, instead of pretending everything is fine. And with you, even from a distance, I feel like I could finally say those words without fear of being seen differently. I want a love that doesn't require me to perform strength all the time. I want a love that lets me set the armor down every once in a while and just be human, tired, uncertain, searching for steadiness. And when I imagine that kind of love, the kind that holds space for both my strength and my exhaustion, I keep imagining you. I think about how this crisis has forced me to slow down and really examine what matters most to me. It's easy to get caught up in distractions, in the noise of everyday life, and forget to pause and appreciate the people who genuinely matter. But moments like this, moments of fear and uncertainty, they force clarity. And the clarity I found is simple. You matter to me deeply, and I don't want to keep that unspoken any longer. Stay with me, because there is more still sitting in my chest. I think about the nights ahead, the uncertain path my family still has to walk through, and how much easier that path feels just knowing someone like you exists in my life, even from a distance. There's a strange kind of hope that comes from having someone whose love feels certain, even when everything else feels uncertain. You will become that hope for me, my love, without even fully realizing it. I know I haven't and been able to share every detail of what's happening, and I hope that doesn't create distance between us. Some things are still unfolding, still uncertain, still too tender to fully put into words. But I wanted you to understand the emotional truth of it all, even if the specifics remain private for now. I think about the future differently now, more carefully, more intentionally. Crisis has a way of teaching you not to take time for granted, not to assume you and I always have tomorrow to say the things that matter. And that's part of why I keep circling back to you throughout all of this, why your presence in my thoughts hasn't faded even during the hardest days, but has actually grown stronger, clearer, more certain. Stay with me a little longer, because there's still more I need you to hear. I think about the kind of home I want to build one day, a home where no matter what crisis life throws our way, therein finds a foundation strong enough to hold us steady. I think about what it would mean to face hard seasons together instead of alone, to have someone who doesn't retreat when things get difficult but leans in closer instead. And realize that I don't just want comfort during easy times. I want partnership during hard ones. I want someone who understands that showing up during a crisis, even quietly, even from a distance, means more than 1,000 words said during easier days. And every time I think about who that person could be for me, it is you, my love. It's always been you. I think about how strange it is that pain has a way of revealing truth so clearly. Before all of this happened, I might have kept these feelings a little more guarded, a little more hesitant to fully express. But now, having faced uncertainty this closely, I don't want to hold back anymore. I don't want to leave things unsaid, wondering later if I should have spoken up sooner. Stay with me, because there's more still. I think about resilience, about how families find ways to hold each other up, even during the hardest storms, and how love, real love, operates the same way. It doesn't disappear when things get hard. It doesn't retreat at the first sign of difficulty. It stays, it holds on. It finds ways to offer comfort, even when solutions aren't 90 immediately available. I want that kind of resilient, steady love with you. Not a love that only exists during convenient moments, but one that's willing to sit in the discomfort of uncertainty together, one that finds strength in unity rather than avoidance. I think about how much I've needed steadiness during this time, and how even just imagining your presence, your calm energy, your quiet strength has offered me a version of that steadiness. Even without you physically being here, that says something powerful about how deeply you settled into my heart, my love. Even in your absence, your presence still comforts me. Stay with me, because there's still more I need to express. I think about gratitude too, even in the middle of hardship. I'm grateful that despite everything happening with my family right now, I still have clarity about the people who matter most to me. I'm grateful that crisis, painful as it is, hasn't clouded my heart, but has instead sharpened it. reminding me clearly of where my priorities truly lie. And you, my love, are one of those priorities, not a distraction from what I'm going through, but a source of comfort in the middle of it. Not someone I need to explain everything perfectly to, but someone whose presence alone offers reassurance. I think about the strength it takes to remain hopeful during uncertain times, and how much easier that hope becomes when you have someone whose love feels unwavering. I want to be that unwavering presence for you too, my love. Not just during my hard seasons, but during yours as well. I want us to be each other and 90s steady ground, especially when everything else feels shaky.